all in all, great.
Okay, so hold on, let me unpin this one. Hold on, I'm trying to unpin this one so I can see. Okay, I unpinned this one so that. Oh, hello everyone. I am so sorry. I had no idea we were live already. So welcome. Sorry for the inconvenience and that we're starting late, but for all that are here today, thank you. I am Tressa with a Radical Transformation with T, and I'm gonna let the other two ladies introduce themselves.
Oh, let Simi go. She wasn't here last week.
Simi.
Thank you.
Mhm.
My name is Simi B, and I am the creator of Shifting Out Loud and Company. And many of you guys who know me are familiar with some of the holistic services as a healer that I've provided in the past, and also stepping into what I am now focusing on, which is journal keeper and designer. I'm also a journal illustrator. So, one of the things that I was able to provide at some of the past events was body work, Thai body work for the participants that attended the retreat, including Tressa herself. And that was done to be able to open the women up and tap into what their bodies were communicating to them. And also being able to tap into the intuitive coding of how they should move forward after the retreat on their path and be able to dive deeper into what does it mean to be touched? What does it mean to be in tune with their body? What does it mean to allow their body to communicate what it is that they need for themselves at a much more deeper level? And as a facilitator, I wouldn't even call it facilitator, but I facilitated this form of healing for the women that were
Mhm.
there.
Mhm. Mhm.
Some of the women opened up emotionally. They were able to trust the process. Some of the women I had to guide through the process. There was opening in which they confided in me. It was a therapeutic session for them. It was also a time for them to not just pamper themselves, but also own in to their value, their self-value, what they deserve as women, as Black women, as
Mhm.
individuals, with all of the responsibilities and, with all the responsibilities that we have in our lives, we can put our self-care and we could put our healing on the back burner. So this was a time for the women to say, I'm coming first this time. And that was something that I've had to do continuously in my life to where I was able to assist the women in doing this for themselves. Also, too, not just putting themselves forward, but also taking what they were able to receive and put that into movement. And this year, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to tap into reimagining. So, we are going to work a little bit on our bodies, right? We're going to do a few things to work up ourselves and to tap into physical movement. But when you're working with me this year, we're going to work on reimagining your life, reimagining
Mhm.
the steps that are right for you, in alignment for you moving forward as a journal keeper. We all write, we all have journals. I have libraries of journals. I can't do without them, whether it's spiritual work, whether it's personal work, it doesn't matter. We're going to really dive in deeper to what that is for you and how to really build upon that. And you can also find more on what I do because I not only provide these journals for individuals, but I also work with businesses as well with consultation. You can reach me at shiftingoutloud.com and you can take a look at some of the collections that we have available and also some of the services that I provide.
Okay, thank you. And
Was
if you just,
I'm sorry.
if you, no, go ahead. You want to say something?
um, yes, I do remember there was something that I wanted to share about being at the retreat
Mm-hmm.
as a participant as well. So even though I facilitated healing for the women, right, and being able to heal themselves, another presence in being there as a facilitator is what I received, and being able to connect with the women there in a judgment free zone, and being able to hold space for other women and be able to receive that back. There was a lot that was prophesied in me while I was there that I'm now realizing in my life today. And I stand in strong conviction of what that is, and the steps that I have taken, the breakthroughs that I've had that has led me to being here speaking with you today. Maisha, who's on the call. I remember mentioning to her, I felt like my body could not contain all of this energy. And what do I do with that?
Yeah.
And I realized it wasn't really my vessel that needed to contain anything, because I am already a spiritual being operating in many different dimensions, and I don't have to take my body with me. However, the health, the healthy state of your body is important, especially when you are essentially empowered woman, because this energy ain't to be played with. This is some strong energy here, right? We can touch people miles away. They see us coming. That's how big we are. And there's nothing to fear about walking in your power. Even it doesn't matter, how other people feel about it, right? Because we each have our own path. But
Yeah.
when you're owning into it without fear of how it may offend someone, what it would do, opening yourself up to that freedom is like something you'll never experience anywhere else. And Tressa providing this platform and allowing other women to come in, teach each other, learn from each other is the most valuable thing I've ever been a part of. And that is why I'm here, a part of Essentially Empowered Women. And one more thing.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Before I pass the mic on, I did want to share that I have an event next week. So for anyone who will be in the Bay Area next Saturday, July 27th in Oakland, okay, there is a literary and performing arts event called Beast Crawl. It is blocks of lounges and social clubs, theaters, um, that are going to host literary events for spoken word poets, um, poet laureates. I will be there performing at the Fillmore Social. It's from 3:30 to 8 p.m. I'll be at the Fillmore Social at 5:30 to 8. It's a list of events that you can go to. If you want, you could bar hop, you can lounge hop, however you want it. We're going to be out. Okay. That's again, Saturday, July 27th. For more information, you can go to www.beast, that's BEAST, crawl, CRAWL.org. And that's it.
Okay, and for everyone who's just coming on, I just want you to know that we're talking about Centrally Empowered Woman, the retreat that we're having. It's actually the third year, and we're having a retreat this year in Arizona. Well, every year in Arizona, October 9th through the 13th. And we're going to talk about why you should be there and the value that we add. So I am the creator of Soul, or maybe I should say better yet, I am the vessel that Soul came through. I don't own Soul. So is here to do her thing, and I'm here to help So do what So want to do. And I feel like I'm inviting all the women who want to come out and sisterhood, um, and have value added to your life. Not that you're not valuable, but continue to open yourself up to greater. And with that, Maisha, take the mic.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us again. I'm so glad Simi is here tonight. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm known as Debbie Maisha, and I am the Sensual Energy Alchemist. I'm a teacher of sex magic and sensuality, and I'm a master life coach. And my business, Sensual Energy Alchemy, guides Black women into their confidence and their power through pleasure so they can show up bold and powerful from the bedroom to the boardroom. And I am extremely excited about this third year of So every number is powerful, but some numbers really hold a special frequency. And the number 3 definitely holds a special frequency, especially for me. It's one of the numbers that I always resonate with. So I know this is going to be a powerful event. So, and I have some things coming up too, but I'll talk about it shortly.
Okay. Okay. So tell me, both of you, because I can tell you, like, I don't know if I have one that I can actually say was more, like, I would never say more important, but maybe one that resonated with me more, because there was so many things, from body work to the drumming to having the shaman or curandera there, to Maisha singing, to uh, just a whole host of things that happened last year. But tell me something, Maisha, because I think Simi, if you want to answer this as well, that really, like, maybe sparked something, or something that happened last year that you would like to share with the women.
Something that happened last year. I need to think on it. Sim, if you know, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
That was hard. That was hard because a lot of it hit hard for me. But I would say what really touched me deeply was when Maisha was singing.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why it touched me deeply is because I was like, wait, what? I felt it in my heart. And she sang from a place that was just so, it was so much love. I could feel the crying, but it was a beautiful cry that I mean resonated with all of us. And to be able to do that openly, uninhibited, and naturally. It doesn't matter if she had singing lessons or sung in the past or whatever. It doesn't matter, right? She wasn't singing R&B, right? She wasn't rapping. Right. This came from her core. And when I sat there and I saw that and I felt that, I got goosebumps. There was something about what I felt that I was able to connect with in a way where I was like, that's where I want to be. That's exactly where I want to be. And I want to say thank you, Maisha, for the way you show up, because it's undeniable.
Wow. Thank you. Wow. Just wow. That's I have to I have to allow myself to really take that in. Thank you. One moment.
I mean, and we know that not one doesn't mean above any other. It just means
no.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll tell you, interestingly enough, I was talking to my father last week, and we were talking about, he and I talk about esoteric. He's who I got all of my esoteric knowledge and background from. And we were talking about experiences, and he asked me, like, had I had like these outer body or otherworldly experiences, or did I know that he experienced that and my mother experienced that, and both my parents had. But I told him about after Norma did her opening that night, and I mean, that alone was powerful. And I had my rattle with me, and I got in the bed, and I had the rattle on the table, and I'm gonna say it in succession like it happened. I laid down, I turned off my light, I heard someone whisper, "Maisha." I sat back up, I turned my light back on, I took my rattle, and I was like, what the hell is happening here? But it was my mother's voice.
Mm.
And she had just passed away that September, and here we are in October, and we're doing this womb ceremony. And at first I was scared because, it literally, somebody was right. She was right here, and I was just like, what? But as I was rattling, thinking something's going wrong, the sound of it came back to me, and I was like, that was my mother. And then I wasn't afraid anymore, and I was able to go back to sleep. And then we had the rest of the ceremony that morning. But that was that, right? I can't put any other word to it. There's no logic to it, but that was what it was. And I understood that she was there with me on that journey. When people first cross over, I know everybody's got their theories about, but from my understanding, when people first cross over, first of all, there's no time. But as they're finding their way through, there's still this connection that's right here before they go further out and need to reevaluate and decide they're going to come back, whatever it is that they're going to do. And so it was still in that space where she was there was a piece of her kind of hanging around, and so it felt like she was there with me. She was there with me the next day when we did that womb journey. And after that, there was something that exploded in me to the point where I think either, including the two of you may have, but the later in October, November, it was like I'm posting and doing things, and people are like, "Your energy, it just seems so different now." And that was Norma's ceremony. It really just opened something beautiful in me.
And Norma will be back. One of the things I love, because two of the women saw a dove. Oh my God, what else did they tell me? I know the hummingbird came, and they saw a dove on top of the roof, and it was something else.
Yeah.
It was very beautiful indeed. I'm trying to figure out, honestly, I think for me is the more and more I'm learning to drop into my body. And I feel like that was probably one of the like, to have women who are going to return and actually be with us, like M Rain and Tama Aziz Sawar, and you two ladies and Norma, is going to be amazing, amazing, amazing. But being able to reconnect with my body through the boudoir photo shoots, I think that was something, because it was, I'm sorry y'all if I'm getting lost. This camera,
Trust me, you showed up and showed out for them photos. You showed up.
Yeah.
It was like, and I have to say that I had sisters in the background helping me get dressed. Simi was one, Bianca, they really helped me, but it's helping me to reconnect with parts of myself beyond the sexual, and yet I could see myself as a real sexual being and be comfortable in my body. And it was so different. like each year it seems to have gotten different, but it was something I needed to do, which brings me to say, hey, we're going to be doing a documentary this year called the Daring LaBelle, which means the beautiful one. And so it's about helping women to see themselves through the eyes of the camera and to be able to talk about how they felt like living in their pleasure in those moments, um, reconnecting to their, leaning into their joy, and how it's going to help them and how they see themselves. And so for me, it was just, that was probably one of my most powerful moments. Um, because years ago, you wouldn't believe it. It was nothing like this. Nothing like this. So it also feels like an intimate experience with myself
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
in itself is empowering me. And I'm starting to see like, oh my God, you really are more powerful than you thought that you ever were. Um, so I kind of talked a little bit about I kind of talked a little bit about Tamar. Um, we have a videographer coming, gift baskets, pool party, what was it? A pajama party, great food. Oh my God,
Oh,
great food.
food.
Let's see. If anybody wants to hike early that morning, there is a hiking path. There's not like hiking up rocks. It's just a hiking path.
I
There's
love
going
the
to be
pictures of the
yoga.
house too. The
Thank
pictures of the
you.
house shared are very beautiful. It just gets
They
better
are.
every year.
It does. So there's a tennis place where y'all can play tennis. Because remember now, we learn to heal through adult play. And one of the things I want all the ladies to know, no matter how many women are there, we always made time for y'all to rest. There was time that women could just sit and rest. We would laugh, we would joke, we would do all kind of things. People would go get in the pool. We just had fun. And so it's a space where we all can heal. A time, a space, and tools. Maisha will be talking, Maisha will be educating you all, teaching, coaching, Simi, Tamar, Norma, and myself. And so we have some wonderful things planned. I don't want to tell y'all what everything is. You just got to come, but we do have. We are really getting it together, and these gift bags, and it's just going to be amazing. It is going to be amazing. So I don't want to hold the ladies because every Friday we will be here. Um, and so I guess we would just want to keep it at 5:30, 6 o'clock. We'll which side and we'll just post it. That way, women have had a chance to get home from work and kind of listen to us, or they can listen to the replay. And we just come on, and some of the other women who went will be coming and talk about their testimonies so that you'll understand, hey, because I've had some women tell me it has really changed their life. And let me say this, I am not popping my collar, but I guess I am in a way.
You better.
Because between the first year and the second year, I have women who have come. If they came the first year, I have had women come back the second and the third year. If they came the second year, they're returning this year. So, and although we have more women coming, and I think we have 5 slots left, come on, because there's a payment plan. I just want women to, you cannot undervalue yourself. I think that's sometimes what we undervalue, who we are, what we are, and we'll give everything we have to something else, but not really to ourselves. Sometimes it's the scarcity mindset, um,
Distractions.
distractions, not
Mhm.
really knowing who we are and our value.
Denying
Um,
ourselves.
yeah, denying ourselves, sabotaging ourselves.
Mhm.
And we'll use like, what the kids, whether this or that. And I'm not trying to force anyone. I want to tell y'all, when I started investing in myself, that was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. And I never knew that starting to invest in myself would look like this or would end up being like this. A couple years ago when I decided I really wanted to do and support women, it really was because I really wanted some support for myself. I cannot tell y'all it started off for everybody else. I wanted that. I woke up like towards my 50s, into my 40s, some early 50s, and realized I felt like, oh my God, I had not lived. I had not lived. I had not done a whole lot. Um, I had just sat around and let life pass me by. And my thought was, I can learn more with a group of women than I can by myself. And so that's kind of how my journey began. And then things began to open up. And here I am. So, with that being said, ladies, I'd like for y'all to leave, or you can be, leave before I'll say the last words. But Maisha, tell us where you can be found.
Yes, you can find me all over the internet at Sensual Energy Alchemy, or you can find me under Devi Maisha. You can also find me at sensualenergyalchemy.com. And I have a masterclass experience happening August 6th. That's a Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. It is entitled Black Woman as God, the Truth About Your Power and Why It Was Demonized by Religion. And we are going to be talking about, we're going to be asking ourselves some tough questions about what we were taught God was. It's not a theological conversation, it's a historical conversation, but we're going to dive into some things. So I hope to see you all there. You can find out more at bit.ly/all caps Black Woman as God. Now see you there.
I just love you. And I remember when you first just started on your journey, and you were always good. You would come to the sacred circles and do all kind of things. But lately, like the gates and the floods are just opening up. And I am so proud of you. I just want you to know that.
Oh, thank you. The pussy is squirting power.
I know. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Say the same thing about you, Tressa. I
Thank
can say
you.
the same thing about you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Timmy, you can tell us one more time where they can find you.
And I'm so sorry. I like divulge everything all in the beginning. So
That's okay.
Say it again.
I
Yeah.
know. So I'm formulating some things right now. I'm cooking up some things right now. I do have an upcoming workshop. I'll have more information on my website and also social media. So you can find me at shiftingoutloud.com. That's my website. We have right now Animal Spirit Collection for journals. Those are our new limited edition journals. When you purchase one, you have that one copy. There is no other rendition of that journal. And I will also be announcing when the Spirit Animal Workshop will be, which will be in early September. And you can also find me on Facebook at Simi Blair. That's SIMINBLAIR. And you can find me on Instagram at simi b.soul. And also at Soul and Company. That's SOL and CO. And that's the business page on Instagram. I'll have a lot more coming, but I'm definitely revving up my inventory. So I'll be sharing with you guys some things I've revamped. I've pivoted a little bit. And so I'm excited. And I'm going like this, shh, because I don't want to let the cat out the bag and spoil it. So
Okay.
just know
Your
that you
journals
have
are beautiful.
Aren't they beautiful?
Thank you.
Yeah, I was like, was this wood, hand carved? Like what? And I was like, who does that? Like
Yes.
who does that?
Isn't that a beautiful gift?
They are wood covered
Yeah.
journals, especially for those of you who work in the underworld. You definitely want to get your hands on this wood covered journal. I have variations of wood covered journals, and I also produce paperback and book covered journals.
Are you bringing
Okay.
some to the retreat for the woman to?
I am.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I am. It's so crazy because it's such a beautiful unfolding because
Mhm.
so even though it has been once a year, everything that we've all been working through, right? So and I'm speaking for myself as well, the things that I've been working through and have received and even offered and given, right? In that, through that medium and exchange has molded me. And I'm really looking forward to sharing that with the women this year.
That's
You know,
beautiful.
Cindy, you said that, and and as you were talking about your journals, ooh, it just occurred to me the timing of so for women, and it's really getting me emotional. And trust, I don't know that this was your thought, but to know that you timed it as we were heading into the underworld,
Yep.
Mm.
for it to be in October, as we as nature is going in to be rebirthed. It's this retreat is like it's like this way of cocooning the woman almost in a womb to be rebirthed in as the spring comes. And when Simi said that this is so great for, underworld work, I was like, look at what
Mhm.
been created.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
It's
And you know
it's
what? Go ahead, Simi.
it's I'm sorry.
No, you
it's
don't. You know, no
I,
need to be sorry.
it's coming around full circle because M said to me last year, tap into your dark goddess. And she said it at a time where I was knocking on the door to the dark goddess. And I was saying,
Mm.
let me in. I was kind of peeking, like, let me in. What's that all about? And woo, a whole world, everything that I needed to refine myself, still refining, but to really begin that hard refinement process and understand what that is in an ancient sense, ancient principles, in a galactic dimensional sense.
Mhm.
I can't even begin to tell you the world I've tapped into. It's a lot. And through that,
Mhm.
it has been a continuous cycle of death and creation, death and creation, death and creation that has moved me closer and closer and closer into alignment and having the courage to make the necessary decisions to get there.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
This is
That
so
part.
beautiful because when
That
y'all
part.
talked about it, I never thought about October in that way. But one of the goddess Ananda came to me when y'all was saying this. I could hear her talking, like, yes. So this will be dedicated to her. And may she
Mm.
take us through, and may everybody that have
Oof.
their own dark goddess
Mhm, mhm.
come through with her.
Mm.
Um,
I'm
you
with you
know,
with a goal. I'm with you with a goal. Okay.
because yeah, there's and so whatever you Lilith, come on through Lilith. So
Every day.
yes,
Every
yes.
day.
So when you start talking about the dark, and I think about her because she had to go down and go through. And so she came to me when y'all were saying that. So I'm gonna dedicate it to her, and everybody bring in their energy, whatever it is who you see fit to bring in. This is such a beautiful time because I don't know which moon it is, but there's gonna be a moon ceremony by Norma. Um, and so I am just grateful because again, um, I'm trusted with radical transformation with T. And you often hear me, though, talk about transformative conversations and solutions and centrally empowered woman. So, two brands that I'm building. Um, and I was telling Maisha, one of the things I love about sisterhood is that last week when we got off, I was like, Maisha, I'm going to keep showing up. Because every time I show up, I kind of felt like I was leaving something out. And like I didn't want to, I was kind of like you peeking out. Even though I'm doing the work, I'm still growing while I'm doing the work, being pulled, being stretched, and got to be honest. And I was like, I never really say who I am or what I do. And I just told them, just keep showing up. And why am I saying this? Because this is the work that we do by having sisters. My Isha just encouraged me to keep showing up. And so when I'm with you all, um, the shame that would have been there becomes less and less and less. I don't have to hide. I just get to be myself. And even in my imperfection, this is what I'm called to do. And I just keep showing up. And I keep holding space for the women and all the things that we're going to be doing. It is going to be an amazing time. Like I said, so came through me. And, she's finding her way. And I'm trying to step out of her way and just be open to hear what she wants to do, how she wants to do it, and how she wants to serve these women and bring them to the place where, for me, my motto is pleasure is medicine. Like for me, that really is, and that I want to lean into my joy, being fully authentic and doing all the amazing things that I can do. It's kind of like reminds me of many years ago, exercise and all that stuff was just a lifestyle. I wasn't doing it because I wanted to look a certain way or whatever. And that's kind of why I want Soul to come through for the women that she's here. She's just such a normal lifestyle that all her branches, as they begin to touch the women, they understand we're not performing for anybody, not even for Soul. We're just being who we are and just opening up and like a butterfly and just going through that into the underworld so that when we come out, there's a major change for all of our lives. And I'm so grateful that one of the things that we all have is that we're midwives for each other. There's no big I's, no little U's. We're all midwives for each other. And I am looking forward to seeing and holding space for each other. Tamar did a lot of prophesying into us, and indeed did last year. It's like they just poured into all of the women, and we all left knowing that if we honored what they told us, we wasn't going to be the same. And it wasn't because they told us, it was because spirit uses the vessel to get what the information they wanted us to know. Oh, so
But it wasn't no lie, because when you really tapped in, when someone prophesizes or shares intuitive insight, you deep down inside know already, right? But sometimes we can get into um our subconscious rhythm of doubt, reasoning, excuses, all of the things that go on in our head, right? But you'll come to find out that when you trust your own intuition, when it's confirmed, there is no doubt that can possibly exist. So the biggest thing I was able to take from it, and hearing Tama and hearing M, was trust. And many of us don't trust ourselves. We don't trust our decisions. A lot of things, a lot of things are there that many of us are working through. Some have already worked through it, but some of us still work through that. But the more you begin to trust yourself and trust what is being given to you through insight, when you are working on your vessel, the state of your vessel, you're able to receive these messages a lot clearer, right?
Yeah.
If we're in a state where we can't hear or can't receive divine messages, it's going to come through like distorted information, sifting through all of the shadows, all right, all of the shadows, all of the things that tend to hold us back. But that's a part of this journey too, right? You're not expected to get it the first time. But when you keep coming back to sew, it's that time, that one time, it
That
clicks.
breaks you open. Yes, breaks you
Okay.
open.
Yep.
And I
Mm.
love it because you said something that was very powerful. It's like we already know. And then when
Mhm.
it hits, all it does is confirm for us over and over again um who we are, what we are. And one of the things I know that I've always been very intuitive. Um I remember Jay English had said to me one time, I've never seen somebody like you who is so intuitive that when you say it, it just happens. Tamar has told me the same thing, but when I just instill and let it happen. But oftentimes I've kind of just tried to figure out, make it happen. When I just leave it alone and let it unfold, it's like, oh my God, how did I get here? But I am
Mm.
here. I am here, even with you all, because I didn't grow up with a lot of friends. Matter of fact, I had maybe one. I didn't know nothing about sisterhood. But when I opened up that door, sisterhood became a part of what, because all I said is, I didn't really know. When I asked what it was talking about, I wanted more women because I could do it faster or quicker or help myself more with women than when just doing it by myself. I didn't know that I was asking for sisterhood. I didn't hell know what I was asking. But that intuition inside of me knew. And when I put it out there, it knew exactly what I needed. And that's what I love because many of the sisters that left this last retreat have become very close and they
Mhm.
talk to each other and they laugh with each other and those type of things. So there is a lot that you'll get. There is a lot that so is offered every woman, even being
Mm.
nurtured by Erica Johnson, who just
Mm.
fed us and took care of us and loved on us. And let me say this, and I promise I will let y'all go.
She
We're
was
gonna
on
have a
point.
host this year. She was on point. We're gonna have a host this year. Um, it's just gonna be some phenomenal things happening. That's all I gotta tell y'all. And so I'll see everybody. Oh, you can find me on Facebook as Tressa Simmons, on Instagram as Uniquely Brilliant with the number 2. Um, transform Tressa. I'm sorry, www.transformativeconversationsandSolutions.com or www.centrallyempoweredwoman.com. Also, check out my stores. Check out Conversation Pieces and check out Tressa's Pleasure Chest. Uh, we got a lot of nice pajamas in there, ladies. We're gonna have PJ party. I'm just saying, I'll be throwing out a coupon for anybody that's interested in some of those pajamas out there. And if not, it's okay. Just come and let's have fun. Thank you, Simi. Thank you,
You're welcome,
Maisha. I
Vanessa.
love y'all. And I'll see everybody
Thank you,
next Friday.
Friday.
Next
Yep,
Friday.
Friday.
All right. Y'all have
You're
a
welcome.
good one.
You too.
Okay. Bye bye.